Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. Yep, today it's going to be a little recent find video, a little mishmash actually. We're talking about a little bit of retail, a little bit of thrift store, loose carded, so on and so forth. Yeah, I thought I'd show you what I found in the last couple weeks. Yeah, so basically not a whole lot. Um, it's been pretty dry for main lines. You know, no new cases dropping. Still waiting for P case and hoping L case will pop up at a couple places since I haven't seen any of those two cases yet. At least where I normally hunt. I did manage to find a few things at a recent thrift store visit. Not a whole lot, mostly vintage stuff, but you know, found a couple cars that were pretty cool. So I'll start off with that. I mean, one thing I found pretty funny that was in one of these bags was this semi-new Tooligan, which I'm gonna give to my daughter basically, or I don't know, maybe keep for myself in case I run out of wrenches, which I doubt because I have a few. But you know, I found that pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know which year it's from and whatnot, and I know these are really fast on the track, so that's obviously fun. But yeah, so not a whole lot to say. Not something I collect, but hey, it was in there, so why not? A couple things I did retain. I'd say it was a half and half of what I consider, you know, uh, junk, all the way to, you know, hand me downs to my daughter, basically. The ones that were fairly interesting, one that I'm kind of perplexed about, honestly, would be this little thing here. So it's a older Yachtming C2 Corvette. But it's weird. I'm used to seeing the hardtop opening door version of the C2 Corvette by Yachtming, which is really well known, especially in the red with white scallop livery. Same wheels as this one, and with a closed top, metal on metal. This one's a later version with a plastic base. Um, Made in Hong Kong, as you can see. Not identified as Yachtming on the base, but Yachtming didn't necessarily always identify their castings later on when they cut quality a little bit. But look at this thing. It's kind of like custom. It's got like a Continental kit, which is uber weird. It's got a big hood bulge, probably for a very big block Chevy. And it's got this shark stuff all over it. I find it's cool because the scallops are kind of there, but has a big shark mouth. You know, you got flames and whatnot. Very 80s hot rod style, but you know, it's got its charm, I guess. It's kind of unique. So managed to get that one. Now, if you have viewed my videos before, I've said time and again that I am a big fan of Nissan vehicles, and I did manage to find one, a couple actually of vintage pieces. First one is this, another Yachtming, but this is an older one. I guess a Datsun. It's a 280 ZT, so ZT, which is the turbo model. As you can see, metal base, metal body. I get the feeling it's missing the front bumper for whatever reason, but this will make a really cool junker. As you can see, the A-pillars are kind of weak and cracked, but it does have opening doors. Tan interior, and look at that steering wheel. Not bad, eh? Like, there's actually air going through that. So axles are rusty, wheels are no longer chromed, but it's a nice piece. The rear end's really nice, and what's probably missing is a chrome front bumper there. I mean, you know, glass is intact. It's not bad. Doors function really well. So yeah, I thought that was a cool little piece. You know, maybe for a junkyard diorama or something like that. Not sure yet. One that I'm really happy to find. Absolutely no markings on the base, but based on the wheels, we've got this Welly, old vintage Welly Z31 300ZX turbo, as listed on the roof, as you can see. You know, it's got a sticker on the rear window, I guess it's a Mexican flag with the soccer ball, number 13 on the roof. And yeah, you know, groovy graphics, but it's a nice cast though. It's got the black plastic base, which lends itself to the rear fascia. Lights don't seem to be really accurate to me for the 300ZX, but front end's really well done. I like the green color. It's very old school. Like also the fact that you can see a bit of the black floor there, which is the base versus the white interior. Really good condition. Like, it's not a whole lot of chipping, you know, a couple flea bites here and there, but all in all, pretty good. And you know, rolls pretty well. Wheels are true, axles are straight. Not really any suspension on this thing, but you know, really nice piece. I do like it. I'm really happy to have found that. Last of the loose thrift store finds, I didn't pick up a whole lot because honestly, a lot, unfortunately, of people with low morals that are going through these and stealing whatever they can. I did manage to pick up a fairly slightly beat up loose Dajiban, the Dodge van. You know, I have it carded. Now I have one loose, which is cool. I never picked up the yellow version because honestly it doesn't vibe that much compared to this one. I had managed to find the Super Treasure Hunt version of the purple one, but yeah, this one's pretty cool. I like it. You know, it's a real cast, as you can see on the rear fender. You know, it's got a little bit of sponsorship, including the moon eyes, which is really cool. Front fascia is done. Mind you, tambour is a little bit worn. There's some slight weathering on there as well from factory. You know, it's worn. It's obviously been played with, but you know, it's a cool little piece. So, you know, an extra little tidbit. Last loose casting I'm going to show you is one that I actually found in a another store. It is a pullback, so a little bit larger scale. It would be this late second gen Trans Am in you know, the Smokey the Bandit type livery. But what I find cool about this one, the reason I actually picked it up, is because of the fact that it's all matte black, including the wheels. And there were two of these on the actual display where the pullbacks were all set up there next to the cash registers, and the other one was gloss black with the chrome wheels, which is something that you know, is pretty typical. It didn't have the gold accents though, as you can see on this one. Same thing, no gold accents if we're talking about the sides or the wheels. So you know, but this one in all matte black, I don't know, it looks sinister, looks good, at least in my opinion. Well detailed. Front end is well done. You know, it's really got that all the Smokey and the Bandit type details. Big Pontiac logo. Matte black, or actually they're almost gloss black. They're like semi gloss black. Wheels. Rear end's really well done. Front and rear lights are lensed. Got the glass T-tops as well, part of the glass portion of the cast. And opening doors. And proportions are really good, which is not really... Oh yeah, rear view mirrors as well. Not surprising. As you can see from the sticker, it is an officially licensed product. It's RMZ City, so RMZ City makes pretty decent pullbacks, and they're pretty close to one... Like, they're 138 scale, 136 scale, kind of like that size. Yeah, and I am pretty happy to add this one to the collection. And this is going to be pretty much, I'm going to have a pretty varied number of scales for the Trans Ams in my collection of this vintage. And I've got 124, got this mid-size scale. I'm going to say about 136 basically. And I've also got... couple of variants in 164 or thereof of the same thing, be it vintage Ertl all the way up to premium Hot Wheels. So yeah, pretty happy to add this one to the collection. So yeah, basically speaking of premium Hot Wheels, we did get drop at my local Toys R Us of the most recent Exotic Envy. So I only picked up my two favorites out of the series. Unfortunately, did not find a chase version, but did find a regular version of the Lamborghini Essenza. Honestly, not my favorite Lamborghini ever. However, it's the color that got me on this one. That really cool, kind of spectra flame, kind of acid green, Prestone green, or I don't know, whatever green you'd like to denominate it as. But it's a very nice cast. A lot of intricate details to look at. Good choice of wheels also on the 10 spokes in black. I like the typography used for the 63 on the door, which is very current in regards to what the Lamborghini actually uses. Obviously full detail since we're talking about a premium. Front and rear. It's a very nice car, very nice cast. I do like it. But the one that is the favorite for me out of the series for nostalgic reasons would be the EB110 Bugatti. I just noticed that there is seemingly a hairline crack on the bubble, which is kind of weird because it's super solid. Doesn't I don't know, it's almost like as if it's inside, there's something inside of the bubble, but nevertheless, I bought it for the car, not the packaging. Don't get me wrong, artwork's really nice there, but EB110, finally full detail front, back, plus the side with a little logo on the B-pillar, as well as the Bugatti logo on the fender between the air vent and the rear wheel. Would have been nice to have a little bit of, maybe a touch of black on those vents that replace the quarter windows. But you know what? It's an extremely nice car. I like the aero disc rear riders as well that do fairly well mimic the EB110 GT BBS specific wheels. Although this is more of an SS than the GT. I believe I did go through the differences of the two, but basically just to sum it up, you would get normally glass quarter windows on the rear here instead of vented panels. This has a fixed spoiler on the back, whereas the GT would actually have one that would raise and lower depending on the speed. And the wheels would be 7-spoke BBS wheels as opposed to the Bugatti Aerodisc style wheels, or not really Aerodisc style, but they're very specific style wheels that would be on the GT version. So it's an SS with the mock GT wheels, I guess. All in all, really nice cast. Really, really nice cast. Happy to have this one in premium, in addition to all the variations so far in the main line. So I'm going to finish off the recent finds with a couple green lights basically that I managed to pick up. Now I had already stumbled upon one of my favorite, the latest wave actually, from one of my favorite series from Greenlight, which is Hobby Shop, because it comes with an accessory. As Diecast Dude would say, accessories do make your dioramas and diecast photos come to life, and I would have to agree on that fact. Finally stumbled upon this darn Skyline, the only one out of the current series that was nowhere to be found on the pegs. Seemingly now it's a little bit more available now that the scalpers have finally all gotten their fair share of them. So STP livery, kind of reminiscent of the Advan livery, if I'm being honest, with the red stripes on the black base color. As you can see, you have the Nissan script on the bottom of the door as well. I love this cast. I've got almost every variation. I think the only one that I'd be missing would be the Gulf liveried one, which I never picked up. And then again, I probably would have been happy to have. But I mean, I've got the other Hobby Shop release with the R30 4 GTR, which is red with black wheels, so very similar to this one. We've got, I've got a yellow one that's loose that you can probably see from time to time in the background, in the backdrop that you see in these videos. We've got also one that would be Bridgestone liveried in gray. One that would be BF Goodrich ad car. I don't know, there's so many variations of this car produced. There may be a Falcon one that I don't have as well. I do not have the R35 GTR. But either way, this one's really cool. Comes with a race car driver with a matching suit in regards to the livery of the car. You know, and I really find the packaging's cute on this. Not the best to actually view the product, but, you know, it looks cool. It looks cool. So, got that. And last but not least, again, the Green Machine gods have blessed me with another Green Machine find out of the very first Series 1 Smokey Bear liveried vehicles. You know, depending on your age, this may or may not be familiar. If you're about my age or slightly older, slightly younger, probably remember the commercials with Smokey Bear with the, you know, tagline of "Only you can prevent forest fires." So, you know, very, you know, worthy cause, and definitely, you know, reminiscent of my youth. I remember those commercials on TV. So this is this is going to be up for trade locally for me, because honestly, I don't really collect these. Not you know, the Green Machines themselves, they have to be pretty specific for me to hold on to them. This one specifically, I mean, I already have this cast in the Blue Collar series. I believe it's a 150 as opposed to a 250, but still, you know, it's a very nice cast. Don't get me wrong. You know, the livery, you know, again, it's got that nostalgic factor and all that stuff. You know, the white walls are fairly well rounded on. You know, Greenlight's really improved on the circularity of this, which I did mention in my previous finds video, where I did. Normally, I would always have a couple Greenlights in there because I do collect Greenlight a bit. But yeah, painted rear details, lensed front. You know, obviously the green wheels. You've got the green base, of course. This is a metal on metal cast, so it's got some weight. And yeah, very well done. Very well done cast. Just missing some rear view mirrors, basically, to be, in my opinion, pretty perfect there. But hey, you know what? Not a big deal. So I'll end the video there with this. I don't even know how many I've found this year so far, but this must be number 8 or number 9 Green Machine, something like that. So yeah, somewhat fruitful, not huge, but you know, nice pieces that I'm happy to add to the collection. So if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, comment your feedback below, and subscribe if you want to be notified of when I upload next. So if you're a first-time viewer, thank you for watching. If you're a return viewer, thank you for watching as well. And take care. I'll see you on the next one. Happy hunting. Bye-bye.